Hey guys, it's Casey. Today, I know it's been a while, but today we're going to be looking at some Return of the Jedi lightsabers and to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. This was one of two original Star Wars movies that I was born on the same day of, the other being A New Hope. The first one is one I've been looking for almost all my life, a V3. Now, for some of you that grew up when Hasbro was doing the toy line for Star Wars, this lightsaber may look familiar. It's the same one they made one of the very first Luke light-up Return of the Jedi lightsabers for. They based it off of the V3. The V3 can be seen, I think, twice in the movie. Once on Endor when Vader's holding it before they switch to the V1, and a couple times in the throne room when he's dueling Vader, because this is also was used as Obi-Wan's hilt for dueling scenes. That's why it's called the shared stunt V3. Now, Luke had like several lightsabers throughout Return of the Jedi. I would say about 4 in total. That being the V1 and the deleted scene that Disney would popularize, the V2, which was technically the real hero saber, the V3, and what would be referred to as the Yuma, which we'll see in a few moments. The Yuma was most iconically used in Jabba's sail barge scene and for a couple of dueling scenes because it looked so similar to the V2. But this saber, the V3, was made by Rudy Pando. I hope I'm saying his name right. It was bought secondhand. I got it off of eBay. I missed the initial run for these because I had a crappy job. I wasn't making enough money. I'm just going to throw it out there. But I'm very happy to have this in my collection because to have a metal one of these is very hard to get. The second saber we're looking at is the one I was just talking about, the Yuma. This is a 89 Sabers Luke Return of the Jedi that's been, I think it was actually modified to look like this. Because honestly, it looks like somebody just weathered a V1 to look like this, but it's still cool regardless. Most of these Yuma hilts, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I just do it the best I can. You find them on the replica prop forum. But for somebody to take an 89 Sabers and replicate that look is incredible. This saber was mainly used for either dueling scenes and, more accurately, Luke's iconic reveal of his lightsaber for Jabba's sail barge. Now, when he's holding it on the skiffs, it's obviously the V2. But that one scene where his hair's blowing, he's actually on the sail barge fighting off the Gamorrean guards and he got his hand shot, it is this saber. It's pretty well weathered. It's very scratch resistant. Nothing's chipping off if I break my fingernail across it, which it's really hard to find something that's painted like this, especially if it's chromed out, that nothing won't chip off of it. But it's pretty well made. It's light too. I don't know how I feel about the tri-ring, and I can't even remember if the actual prop had tri-ring. I've seen most of these with tri-ring, so I guess I'll go ahead and keep it. But it's a pretty good saber. Honestly, this is the V4 before the Last Jedi made their own official V4. And honestly, to me, this is what a weapon of war would look like if you made in a hut with spare parts in the middle of a desert. The last V1, I'm probably going to replace this tri-ring because it has some corrosion and rust to it. But what I do like